Welcome everybody to our Youth AI Cohort 11 Pitch Project Showcase. I'm your facilitator, James. I've been working with nine great young individuals for the past 10 weeks in regards to AI implementation in the workforce, in education, and just how AI is moving at a rapid pace, and just informing them on all the latest technological updates. To my right is our other facilitator, Ariana.
Hello, I'm Ariana. I've previously taken the class myself. It's a great class and a wonderful learning experience. I am new and a new facilitator. I did already get a look at some of the pitch projects. They're wonderful, and I can't wait to see everybody explain theirs.
Yeah, thank you, Ariana. And if you guys can see my screen on the left is the names of all the participants who are in UTI who will be presenting their pitch project today. And Kim, if you wanted to do your little
Yeah,
introduction.
hi. I just want to do a quick, I just want to say a few words to welcome everyone. I'm Kim Watson. I'm the founder and executive director at Project Joy. We're based in Lancaster, beautiful Antelope Valley. I just want to say I'm super excited about the showcase today. To give you a quick backdrop of why we do Youth AI, why it's important, and where we're headed next. Youth AI, we started in 2020 during the heart of the pandemic. And it was a strategy to help young people deal with the pandemic and the isolation that it brought, and also to increase mental wellness, mental well being. And we saw that it worked, it made a difference. Youth, during this program, they're learning artificial intelligence foundation, so they're not afraid of it because it is in the workplace, and it's going to continue to be in the workplace. And we want our young people to know how it can affect their future career choices. So that's the heart behind it. But even more so than that, they build relationships in this program. They learn how to work with other people that they may not have known before, who have shared experiences, and some who don't. But they really learn just so many things about themselves. We see so much growth every year. And I'm just super excited to see what these students are bringing to the table of this afternoon. And where we're headed next, I'll give you just a quick drop on that. Is that we are taking an interest list for our next Youth AI. It is being redesigned. It's going to have some new elements to it, and it will have a paid internship component with a local employer. So we're super excited. If you're interested in learning more about that, just put it in the chat and we'll make sure to give you more information. But go ahead, James and Ariana, it's all yours.
All right, thank you, Kim. So, let me go to the next slide. All right, so welcome. Feel free to introduce yourself in the chat box by your name, your organization, and maybe about your opinion or what you think about AI. That's for the community members who joined us today. And, just a little background on artificial intelligence for those of you who may not even know what artificial intelligence is. Well, according to Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or MIT, um, professional education, artificial intelligence, other known as AI, is a field of computer science designing computers to mimic brain functions that can reason, learn, and act intelligently. So just a little background, like how Kim said, our Youth AI program overview. So like she said, Youth AI was created by Project Joy in 2020 during COVID-19 to combat the isolation and discouragement many youth were experiencing. The program is 10 weeks and integrates job skills, mental health, coping tools, resources, enhances AI literacy, and explores the impact of AI in various career fields. We host info sessions with career professionals for a real-world perspective.
Why AI now? The next slide. Our aspiration is that no youth are left behind as we rapidly move into a new career age. As advocates of the youth's critical thinking, it is important to have conversations regarding the ever-changing AI, which is progressing through the likes of work, school, and our everyday lives. With AI developing at a fast pace, understanding technical and ethical aspects of AI is critical for today's career fields. Cohort 11, that is you guys. With us today are a few amazing, talented, level-headed young adults who will now present their final project touching on how AI can be conducted in positive ways for their chosen career fields. Guests, we would love for your participation with input, feedback, questions, and any comments regarding any of the cohort's presentations.
Yes, and feel free to leave your input, feedback, questions, and comments into the chat box, and me and Ari will read them out loud to you guys, cohort 11. All right, so without further ado, first we have Jonathan, and he's going to be presenting his pitch project. Jonathan, I have your pitch project on my end. Would you just like me to would you like to leave me sharing my screen so you could narrate over it?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, cool. Let me do that right now. Okay. All right, and then you can just let me know when to go to the next slide, and yeah, take it away.
All right, sounds good. Hello, everybody. My name is Jonathan Pacheco. I am a civil engineer at the University of Cal Poly Pomona, and this is my project for AI and transportation engineering. Next slide. So I wanted to focus on ITS. ITS is basically intelligent transportation systems. ITS improves transportation and safety and mobility and enhances American productivity by integrating advanced communication technologies into vehicles and infrastructures. And this is just basically saying how the modern transportation system and how it works regarding anything from traffic lights, stop signs, cameras, and etc. Um, so this is including to, but not limited to, emergency services when an accident occurs, cameras that enforce traffic laws, signs that mark speed limit changes, depending on the conditions of the traffic. Next slide. Okay, I'll be talking about some of the AI applications in transportation and some of the improvements that are needed. Some of the topics that I chose to discuss in my presentation are autonomous vehicles. These are self-driving vehicles like Teslas that we see in the street, autonomous trucks, whether it be for goods and delivery or for accessibility purposes. Traffic management, these include smart traffic lights, and predictive analysis with traffic data. The predictive analysis is basically just a way to be able to predict certain weather conditions, traffic conditions, based on the time of day or period. Public transportation, this would be needed for optimizing routes or passenger information systems, and the safety enhancement, which heavily relies on accidents. There's collision avoidance systems and driver monitoring. Next slide. So first I'll go over the autonomous vehicles and their AI issues. So AI needs to be able to handle wider range scenarios to make safe decisions in any situation. Cybersecurity, so systems that must be secure from hacking to prevent malicious attacks. The limitations in their sensors, which is some of the cameras on the vehicles cannot adjust to bad weather, such as rain, fog, or snow. And the LiDAR data that is collected is pretty expensive. Some of the unforeseen situations that could happen with this can be erratic driver behavior, which is basically any of the other people driving in the road. You can't really control that except for your own vehicle. Sudden objects that fall from other vehicles or in the road, and just complex road layouts that could confuse AI. Next slide. So I'll go over the current autonomous vehicles situation we have right now and the need for AI. Like I mentioned previously, self-driving cars, AI basically enables cars to be able to navigate with minimal human intervention. So this is done by collecting data from cameras, LiDAR, radar, and GPS to create an understanding of the vehicle with its surrounding environment. These are such things that can detect, such as cars, pedestrians, traffic signals, lanes, etc. Safety and efficiency and accessibility is also a big item that we can focus on. As for the autonomous trucks, like I mentioned before, the logistics for self-driving trucks that can transport goods for long distances can improve both efficiency and reduce the risk of human error, which can just be an example as a truck driver falling asleep and causing a bad accident. And another one that could benefit from AI would be accessibility vehicles that could help with people with disabilities. Next slide. So the issues in traffic management, we have data inaccuracies, which have incomplete data and can lead to poor traffic flow predictions and insufficient light timing adjustments. These adjustments are seen in daily situations, such as when lights turn from green to red, or the yellow time isn't enough, which could cause accidents in the future. Unexpected events. So these are accidents, road closures, weather changes that can throw off AI predictions. And we have a need for AI adaptation, which is systems that need to incorporate more data sources, such as weather feeds, better accident reports collections, and predictions. And the adaptability phase would be the able to adjust to unexpected situations to optimize traffic flow and real-time scenarios. Next slide. So on the AI perspective, some of the systems that can be implemented and been looked at are adaptive traffic control systems. So these are systems that are used by AI to analyze real-time data. And there's an image in the bottom left, just kind of example of these cameras that are able to detect heavy traffic patterns and certain times in the day where there could be more bottlenecks, which are basically just traffic congestions. And another one is incident detection and management. So by monitoring traffic accidents, disabled vehicles on the side of the roads or other incidents, these could be analyzed through video feeds or just data sensors. And AI can identify these issues to alert authorities and able to respond more quickly, such as when there's an accident and people sometimes pass away, whether it be to response time of emergency services. And this will just minimize delays and improve the traffic flow overall. Next slide. So safety enhancement, AI risks. This is a good topic to touch on is many false positives that could result in misinterpreting situations, unnecessary responses by emergency services, and possibly just causing driver confusion, being able to rely on AI too much. This could reflect and neglect the attentiveness of the driver, and in case the system fails, and the limitations in the sensors. Next slide. So the enhancements that we currently have and that we have an AI need and that we could implement are ADAS, which is Advanced Driver Assistance Systems. These are a combination of cameras, radar and LiDAR sensing along with AI that can detect potential hazards. These are seen in more current vehicles where they brake for you, whether they see traffic that's completely stopped or it detects an object for you. Lane departure warning, which is when your vehicle starts swaying to the left or right and you start crossing over lanes, it will sometimes start notifying you that you're out of your lane. And this could be greatly impacted in a positive way by AI. Next slide. I wanted to touch base on some of the studies for the AI implementation. This is one study that I briefly did about a year ago. This picture is not necessarily my project slide, but this just kind of wraps up some of the deficiencies and then the process of how AI is used. So this is basically road lane detection. It is how your vehicles or current vehicles detect road lanes. You can see from the image on the left column, It picks up the lanes in different colors on the striping, the middle, same thing on the right as well. The only issue with this is that sometimes it isn't able to pick up lanes, whether it be because they're not properly maintained, which doesn't have enough color for the vehicle to pick up, or sometimes they'll pick up a railing as a lane marking. So that'll confuse the vehicle as well. And then the AI implementation would be feeding the system different types and large amounts of data in pictures or videos to train the AI through machine learning and deep learning. This is basically just kind of inputting several pictures of lanes, stripings, and all that, and having the AI system be able to pick up these and identify these lanes. Next slide. So some of the data needed for these types of implementations are real-time traffic data, which are traffic camera feeds and sensor readings, sensor data from vehicles. So this is vehicle health, performance, and surrounding environment, and high-definition maps with lane markings, traffic signals, and other relevant information for autonomous vehicles. Next slide. Humans and AI, some of the um, I know individuals don't kindly or seemingly accept some of the topics with AI. So it's just going back and setting the rules of the humans defining how AI systems interpret data and make the decisions. Monitoring and oversight, which is humans overseeing AI operation and identifying unexpected issues to ensure safety. Data cleaning. So when you get large amounts of data, sometimes it won't be exactly what you need. So you need to be able to clean it out yourself so AI could recognize which data is correct and which one isn't. And legal frameworks. This is just a way for humans to establish laws to govern AI and cut in case and address liability. An example is just Tesla, for example, when driving on the highway and setting the self-driving mode, you still have to be awake and being able to touch the steering wheel once in a while to let them know you're there. You can't completely rely on AI by itself. Next slide. Here are some resources, and that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah, thank you, Jonathan. I really like how you touched on a topic that is just so like driving or like traffic. It's just so common to man. I mean, we travel everywhere, right? Like to the store, to work. You know, it's like that commute, right? It's so crazy how we can see how AI is even touching on what is just so common in our daily lives and how it's starting to change it in such a drastic way. I even saw a couple weekends ago, I was up in San Francisco and it was funny to see that I saw actually the self-driving cars that were there, and my friends that I was with at the time, you know, they were just saying like, "Oh, I don't trust AI like that. Like, I'm not gonna ever go in like one of those self-driving cars." But it's really cool to see just like different viewpoints of how people can really be advocates for the growth of AI, especially when it comes to you know, like driving or you know, something that is just so common in our lives. So yeah, thank you for touching on a topic. I'm touching on this topic in specific, but yeah, thank you. Great job.
Yeah, I just wanted to say it was really in depth. I liked all your slides. I liked the way you worded everything. You have great diction in your writing, and it was very, very well thought out. I can see you put in the effort into every slide. Everything was explained very well. The detail was wonderful. It was very easy to grasp and understand, and I really like how you put everything together. It was really good. It's a really good topic to put for AI as well, because there is a lot of AI that's moving into that. There's AI that's going into everything we do. And I think this is a really important topic because it could definitely be very, very useful in a lot of ways, just like you were explaining. And I think it was a great option pick, and you did really good.
Good job. And then let's see. Okay. Carla put in the chat, she said that it was so informative. Nice. So next up, we actually have, I'm switching it around a little bit, just for like availability, the order of presentations. But next up, we actually have Jordan. Jordan, you're here, correct? I don't know how to navigate
Yes, I'm
through.
here.
All right, cool. Awesome. Okay, let me put your presentation up. 1 second, guys.
Uh-uh.
1 second.
Uh-uh. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be sharing my screen again. And okay, Jordan. I have your presentation right here. Would you like to just narrate over the slides?
Mhm. So, do you see my face?
Yes.
So, this is my pitch AI project. And yeah, the future career that I have is becoming a family lawyer that is able to find evidence to show if a child's parent should be considered good or bad for them in court. How does family law correlate with AI? The way family law deals with AI is because it shows document analysis, prepare legal research, saves money and time for clients and lawyers. Also, it's able to help predict how the case will turn out by looking at patterns and historical decisions. The data and collection that will be needed in court is statistics, research, and analysis. Also, it's able to find communication logs or financial records so that you will be able to identify trends and patterns. An example of data being collected is by using performance web scraping, which is finding data on the web to find evidence. This happens by using crawlers, which are used to go through the web pages to find evidence for the court case. Potential risk. A potential risk is input risk, which is information that gets put into an AI model that is considered to be a risk. Also, there's an output risk where information that is generated from the AI system becomes extremely dangerous. What human skills will be needed to complement my idea? The human skills that are needed to complement my idea is being able to deal with the difficult emotions and empathy. Then, any questions?
Hey, Jordan. I actually had a question, and I know this your topic has to do with law, and I remember a couple weeks ago in class we discussed it was about the algorithm in finding who could be a criminal. And I remember there were actually a lot of people during that it was like a news like YouTube video, or it was like a YouTube video on a snippet of like a news anchor talking about AI and law. Um, do you think that AI could be a potential limitation on finding who, since your topic was about parenting, who could be a good or bad parent based on whatever algorithm is set for AI?
Honestly, yeah, like you could look at like when it comes to AI, you could also like find like details about like how the parent is or like have like they've ever been in like jail, have they ever like been charged with like certain things, like what like evidence they would kind of need to back up the fact that, they'll really be a good or bad fit for the child.
Okay, thank you. And Ariana, did you have anything to say?
Yeah, I did have a question as well regarding your project. For the deciding factor, how did you imagine it in your head? So for example, I know that you said that the AI would be making a decision, but I also noticed that you said you would need empathy and input from human data. Do you think it would be like a checks and balances where the AI would make a decision and then people would then choose after that what they feel as well? So would it be a mix of both, or would it be mostly AI driven, or just a little AI driven? How do you feel about that?
Honestly, balance. Like you kind of need to use balance when it comes to certain things. I feel as if AI could help you to a certain extent when it comes to finding out information, but then also when it comes to human stuff like that, we're able to kind of sense like emotions and like feelings. So yeah.
Okay, so you wanted to find the information and then we would make a decision based on the information the AI finds?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Then let's check. We don't have anything in the chat, so awesome. Great job, Jordan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone. My name is Iridian. I made my AI presentation in interior design. You can skip to the next slide. So, interior design majors study the artistic, creative, and technical principles involved in putting together inviting and appealing indoor spaces. Interior design majors can pursue careers in interior, textile, and furniture design, as well as architectural technology, property management, and more. Next slide. So some of the problems that this field faces, um, I wrote a whole bunch of stuff here, but basically, a lot of people don't know where to start, or some people don't feel like they have this sense of style, um, or they just don't have a clear idea where to start. So hiring a designer might just be easier to trust in, to make sure that they get the home that they want, something that feels nice to them. Another problem would basically just be the budget. AI already has they can create a style for you by just taking a picture, but the problem that holds is that they basically go off of extravagant makeovers that sometimes aren't in the budget for people. Next slide. So what has already been done to solve the issue? Like I said, people are already using AI generators to design their home. There are even 3D home designers that people can use for free. There are options where you can choose the type of style that you want. All you have to do is scan your room or the space, and AI will design your space to the style that you choose. AI can even remove items in your space, generate a new home design without items you choose to remove as well. Next slide. These are some of the examples of AI generators that are already people currently use today. So this is one of them. You can choose your type of room type, the interior color, all of that. And these are some examples. You can go to the next slide. This is another example of a generator that is 3D. And next slide. And then here is another example of a before and after. Next slide. AI can be used to solve this problem with something like a 3D home design calculator. So this will basically, AI will not only design your home, but will determine a design that is in your budget. So you can put in a budget that you have so that it can give you a design that you can afford. AI will also generate a list of the items and project that needs to be done by saving a designer a lot of time trying to figure out all that information. And then AI will have a variety of styles, including new upcoming styles. Some of the data that would be needed would be to teach AI where the furniture and items can be found, like stores or places that we can find furniture and stuff like that. Also teach AI general idea of how much item and project will cost. And then it will also need thousands of images and data of past home designs with different prices. Next slide. So some of the risks that this can face would be either creating a budget that was not realistic, or gathering data of finding the items that are hard to get and might not be able to do that. And then one of the biggest risks that a lot of people talk about with interior design is the loss of personal touch or creativity of the actual human being. Next slide. Some of the human skills that are still needed for this would be human comprehension, that every client is different and has their own sense of taste and style, so they might not like something that was generated by a computer. Also the human ability to add touch of creativity, and then humans will obviously need to still look over this list that is generated by AI to gather the items that are needed to make it easier for interior designer. Next slide. And that is basically it. Thank you.
That was really well done. I really liked your presentation. I like the topic you chose as well. It's very interesting about the 3D aspect. I know Amazon has a similar-ish feature to where when you open your camera, you can see items if they'll fit in your room. If it'll be too big, you can put your camera up and it'll kind of see your room and how it'll fit in there. But for you to have your whole room 3D modeled and have items fit in there one by one, and also adding the budget, the list of items on where to get everything. I think that's a really in-depth touch, and I really like that take on it. I think it could be a really great idea, and I would love to see that created in my life. I like that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, great job, Iridian. I thought that your topic of interior design was actually like very creative. And I like how you provided like the data input, the logistics, like kind of like a step-by-step process of how like AI is being put into place when it comes to interior design, especially when you added that data input slide, you added many different examples of how AI is actually being put to work. Also simultaneously being integrated with human skills as well. So yeah, great job.
Thank you.
I as well love the budgeting aspect of your project. I definitely can see myself utilizing this, and when this does come to light, right? I think it's very important considering not on a day-to-day basis we are familiar with the measurements of what it looks like, and I do like that you put the before and the after. That way we get to visualize it and see it. And it was beautiful. Your presentation was very beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, cool. Thank you for that, Carla. And yeah, thank you again, Iridian, for your presentation. Great job. And let's see. Oh, and Wandra said in the chat box, she said, good presentation. Cool. Kania, are you here?
It's yeah, I'm here, but it's pronounced Kanaya.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
All right, whenever you're ready.
I wanted to ask, did you get is that the version with all the pictures and stuff added? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah. So my project is basically AI and its impact in music. Next slide, please. Next slide. So based on today's technological growth, I believe that AI will impact the music industry tremendously. Next slide. So we all listen to music. Obviously the pictures below, my favorites are like Beyonce, SZA, Playboy Cardi, a whole bunch of artists. But looking at the pictures below, something that catches your eye is not just the music, but how the music is presented. That's the first thing you see. And so I feel like AI could definitely help with that. Next slide. Okay, so identify and explain the problem. Next slide. For independent small artists coming up in the music industry, it can be very hard to promote yourself without a big label backing you. Everything is an expense. And like we read, cover art and musical promotion is the first way to grab an audience's attention. So basically, the main point is when an artist is putting out music, the music obviously is important, but the image is everything as well. Music artist is nothing without the image. So having the book for photo shoots or graphic artists to make that promo, to make that cover art is very expensive. And I want to be able to create something strictly for smaller artists to be creative and still have a little bit of money in their pockets. Next slide. What has already been done by others to address the problem? Next slide. So there is an app called DALL-E, and it is a program that uses AI, and similar to the idea kind of that I'm going to be explaining. And basically what they do is you can input a prompt into a text box and it'll generate an image. However, the problem with that is the company stopped going basically for those smaller artists, smaller people, entrepreneurs, I would say. And now they're making expensive subscriptions, and to only use a small application for the AI images for cover art, now you have to pay to use a whole bunch of other things with that application instead of just the one that you want to use. So I feel like with this company, they're kind of just in it for the money, and it's not really helping or achieving creating that cover art and the promo images for the smaller artists. Next slide. So my idea is to create a better program that is not only low cost, but it's more functional than other competitors. The entire program that I'm going to create, or that I would like to create or see done, is for cover art or promo images. It's free. It would be free, and all you would have to do is register and give referrals. With the program that I create, I want it to be with incentives like little leaderboards that you would see like on a video game, but instead you would have leaderboards for like best cover art of the month or things of that nature. And just the functionality of the program, it's easier to narrow down the art, and I have pictures that'll make more sense in the later slides. Next slide. How is your idea to solve the problem different from what has already been done? Next. We can go to the next slide. So I am a small independent artist, so I have had to pay for other graphic artists to make my artwork, and it's a lot, and I'm able to relate to the consumer. So knowing that is also going to be a big part of it. The functionality of my application would be better to in the doll program that I mentioned before, you insert the prompt of what you want the AI to create. However, it's hard to narrow down art mediums, like for example, a sketch type of drawing or a 3D art or neo-noir. Like it's very hard to narrow down art to actually use the AI to get the image that you create. So the functionality would be better. You will be able to create ownership of your art with that program, even though you are the one putting all of your mastermind, your creativity behind it, you're putting in the prompts, you technically don't own your own art. So I would like my program to be able for everyone who creates through my program to have their own ownership and their copyright. And again, for the smaller artists to save money. Next slide. What data will your idea need and how will you collect it? Next slide. So I definitely will need different art mediums, as I mentioned before, whether it's what do you call it, like oil canvas or sketch or neo noir or any type of art styles. I would have to collect all the different mediums for that. Different canvas dimensions, so that way you can make it bigger or smaller. It could fit for Instagram, for Facebook, YouTube, any of that. And then also data I would need would be the registration for when people sign up as well. Next slide. So 60% of musical artists today use AI. Next slide. And of those 60%, 20% of those musical artists use AI to generate artwork, and the other percent would be producers and engineers also using it as well. Next slide. What are the potential risks or limitations of your idea? Next slide. So it's a competitive field for human artists and graphic designers. AI is already kind of taking over the industry. A lot of robots and things are created, so it's going to be hard to have that human touch. It's like kind of like the robots are taking over the human jobs. I saw someone mention it in the chat box, but creating a free service won't bring me any revenue. But for me, I think as the independent artist, just finding that finding a source that is at least low income would be very helpful for small artists. Record labels and big entertainment businesses are trying to stray away from AI. I don't know if anyone noticed, but TikTok and UMG had a big issue this year regarding AI and music and money. So it's definitely a risk to work with the bigger companies in the future. But like I said, this is strictly would be for smaller artists and smaller entrepreneurs. Next slide. What human skills would be needed to complement your idea? AI will have to become the actual artist. Like I said, it will have to understand different art mediums and be able to take commission-like prompts and try to mimic it as close as possible. Next slide. So to show you guys what I mean, on the left side of the screen, I inserted a prompt and it kind of looks like me. I have a bun, I have glasses, I'm doing the presentation. But on the right, that's what my natural hair looks like. And that's basically kind of what I created based off of the AI generator. So yeah, next slide. And that's all. I saw some comments. Someone said, just curious, what type of artist are you? I make R&B music. So yeah.
Nice.
Very nice. That was a wonderful presentation. I really liked your topic. I love music and I love anything relating to it. And I think it's a great idea to implement that. I do have a question regarding the art and the AI. I know a lot of people do question it and its credibility due to art being fed images by other artists. Do you think you would try to stop that and maybe put up measures to make sure it's not stealing art, quote unquote? Do you feel like you have a course of action on how would you combat that by, for example, maybe getting approval from certain people to use the artwork to feed it images, or would you provide it with your own artwork or anything of that sort?
So with the generator, it would help to get all of the copyright and like the legalities, I don't know if I'm saying that right, part down, which is why when I said earlier how did I say, like, to be able to keep the ownership, because the DALL-E application, you can't keep ownership because it is other artists, it's other styles, things like that. So I would definitely have to look more into the logistics of it to make sure that the artist, the music artist is getting the copyright credits for themselves. I do know that Google has a thing to where when you're looking up images, some are free to use and some aren't free to use. So I would definitely look in to see how they use that that filtering system and apply it to this.
That's a great idea. I like how you mentioned the Google thing. That is true. There's a lot of free to use images out there with that do not have copyright and issues. And I think that would be a good source to gather all of those images because there's quite a few. And then you can definitely use it. That's a really great idea. I like that. Do you have anything to say, James?
Yeah, great job, Kanaya. Yeah, I said it right that time, I'm sure. But yeah, great job. I really love your presentation. I know that getting the word out as like a smaller artist could be quite the struggle. Sometimes you get just like so flooded by your thoughts, like the creation of you making like the music, whether it comes to like producing, you mixing the audios, and then like converting it to like MP3, all that stuff, right? And then sometimes you just forget about like the AI, or not AI, sorry, like the cover art, right? So AI
Yeah.
could actually be a tool that could be utilized to be a solution for that. And I really just love how you being a musician, you're an advocate also for AI, and you're bringing those two worlds together. So yeah, it's awesome. And in the chat, Karina said, wonderful. Wandra said, great idea to help smaller artists. Ms. Watson said, love your intention to fill a gap in the market. And Wandra said, could you clarify again how you can make money if it's free?
So that's the part I was thinking about. I would basically my idea was to get sponsors and donations, kind of like a nonprofit type of thing, and get like sponsors to donate to the program.
Awesome.
Great idea.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Sponsors, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you again, Kanaya.
Thank you.
Yeah, great job. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So up next we have Sandra. Sandra, are you here? See that you're in the call.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. And I'll be sharing my screen and then you can just narrate over. Just let me know when to go to the next slide.
Okay. Hi, my name is Sandra, and my project is about surgery. Can you go to the next? Yes. What is my future career or interest, and how will it benefit from my idea? My future career is to become a great surgeon. A way my career can benefit from my idea is working at an intersection of healthcare and technology, possibly as a medical researcher, healthcare data analysis, or healthcare technology consultants. My idea could benefit my career by allowing it to contribute to advances in surgical practices, improve patient outcomes, and drive innovations in the healthcare industry. So basically, like AI can help bring up like a more factual idea. Like you don't really have to do too much because the computer will like have it ready for you. Can I go to the next slide? My idea during surgery. Okay. AI can be very help. AI can be very helpful during surgery because during vitals and hemodynamic state of a patient in real time to the surgeons, which may help them optimize their techniques as well as decision making during the surgery. Robot assisted surgery currently has an overall success of 94 to 100%. Individual success rate depend on which type of procedure you need, your general health, and other factors. The benefits of AI surgery highlighting its role in proactive planning, image analysis, and surgical assistance, auto automation, decision support, and post-operative monitoring. So what this mean is like when it says which may help them optimize their techniques as well as decision making during surgery. So it's like if you're like while you're doing the surgery, AI can like I don't know how to explain it. Like it could assist you, like the computers, like when like they said like the vitals and stuff. I don't know. It could assist you. Can I go to the next word? What data will my idea need and how will I collect it? I will need information like surgical procedures, patient data, medical images, and AI algorithms used in my surgery. I could collect this data through medical research studies, collaborations with healthcare professionals, and accesses databases with surgical information. It's essential to ensure that data is accurate and complies with medical regulations. So basically, in order for AI to work, you can't just give it little information. It needs as much information as it needs, like the patient data, the medical records, images, etc. Can I go to the next slide? What are the potential risks or limitations of my idea? Some risks can include errors in AI algorithms leading to incorrect surgical decisions. As in, AI can always be true. You can't 100% depend on it every time. Data privacy concerns with patient information and the need of excessive validation of AI systems before clinical use. Additionally, there may be challenges in interrogating AI technology into existing surgical practices. Like not every surgery, like AI can help with. Like it's certain stuff where it's just like human-like of existing surgical practices and ensuring proper training for healthcare professionals. It's crucial to address these risks through testing, data security measures, and ongoing monitoring. So before you could trust it, it is like it needs to be like 100% on point. Can I go to the next slide? What human skills will be needed to complete my idea? To complete, to complement my idea. To complement my idea in incorporating AI in surgery, basic human skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, decision making, and strong communication abilities will be crucial. Healthcare professionals will need to interpret and validate AI generated recommendations, communicate effectually with patients, and make informed decisions based on AI insights. Collaborations, empathy, and adaptability will also play key roles in successfully interrogating AI technology into surgical practices. It's a great opportunity to combine the strength of both AI and human expertise in healthcare. Can I go to the next one? Thank you. Do you guys have any questions?
I don't have a question, but I do have some feedback. First off, great presentation, Sandra. Um, what I noticed about surgical procedures is that it's very textbook, right? Very step-by-step process. And that has me thinking about whether or not I would trust a robot or AI to assist with like surgery on my body. And I think that I actually would, since I know that well, from what I know that when um doctors, yeah, when doctors do surgeries on patients, it really is like a textbook step-by-step process. And I think that teaching AI to do that, especially if it's like straight from the textbooks, could actually be reliable and yet credible as well. Did you have any comments or
I think
questions?
it was a great presentation. I also agree, some people are very scared of surgery and AI, but I think it's a great thing to help release some of the patients faster inside of hospitals. A lot of times, like our AV hospitals are very overloaded with patients. It could definitely help with small stuff, doing stitches. It doesn't necessarily have to do brain surgery on somebody if people are not comfortable with that. But I think AI could definitely have more success rates and less little mistakes. Like a lot of times, even doctors, they will leave items inside of human body parts, and tools are left inside. So I think it could stop little human errors like that. It's a great option for more technical and specific surgeries, I feel. So I think it was a great idea to interpret AI into the medical field. Great presentation.
Thank you.
And we have some comments in the chat box. From Wandra, she asked, how can you convince me as a skeptic to allow AI to do surgery?
How I would convince you, like what you said, like surgery isn't just something anybody could do. It's like a step by step. So we could train AI to do exactly what we do and make sure it's 100%. I guess that could be convincing, but then it is a robot doing surgery on you, so I can see why people are skeptical about it.
Thank you. Karina said, what kind of surgeries should be eligible for AI?
I think surgeries that should be eligible for AI will be trauma surgeon. Like they work on like gunshot wounds, like something like not that severe, like a neurosurgeon or a cardiothoracic surgeon. I'll say a trauma surgeon and a general surgeon too. I think that should be because neurosurgeon that's for brains. So I wouldn't even trust the robot doing that for me. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I would trust the robot doing like open heart surgery on me. Yeah, and Miss Kim said that humans do make mistakes. Um, Jamesia said, very interesting, as doctors are already using robots. That is true, yeah. And then Karina also mentioned that they sure are. I see it on the Resident on Netflix. Oh, it's cool. Ruby said, I think in non-vital slash critical surgeries, this application would be very useful. And Ms. Kim said, I had nasal surgery with AI assisted. Oh, that was AI assisted in 2017. It was a partnership with MD and AI assistants. Wow, thank you for sharing that, Ms. Kim. And then Karina asked, how about to administer anesthesia?
So like putting somebody to sleep, right?
Yes, how would AI take place?
I think AI would be perfect for that because I don't really think it's more like a whole bunch of jobs. I feel like AI could just be monitoring the person to make sure they don't wake up during surgery because that could be a big thing. But yeah, I feel like something like things like simple. Well, it's not simple, but like things like that. I feel like AI would be perfect for it. Not like nothing too major.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Yeah, thank you. And then lastly, Wandra said it could definitely not be assisted by other doctors, but at some point it may be only robots. Well, hopefully I'm nowhere around. Yeah, I understand you, Wandra. Yeah, if robots were to completely take over. And then Wandra said, but this is a great presentation. Awesome. Great
Thank
job,
you.
Kendra. Yeah, great job. So we have next we have Chloe.
Hey, hi.
Okay, whenever you're ready. And then just let me know when to go to the next slide.
Hi, everyone. My name is Chloe, and I did my presentation on writing. Okay, next slide. Just a little bit about myself. I grew up in Bakersfield, and I moved to Los Angeles when I was 18. And I attended a trade school, and I completed 2 trades there. I completed nursing assistant and medical assistant, and I worked for a nurse assistant for 3 years. And I enjoyed working in the medical field, but it wasn't what I was like truly passionate about. And now I'm hoping to go along with like what I'm truly passionate about, and it's writing. Next slide. Yeah, like I said, my future career would be in writing and music. And my interests are writing poetry, and I hope to publish a poem book and write and make music. Next slide, please. My idea is the app that helps improve the quality of grammar, speeding up the process of writing, and a wider range of vocabulary and creativity. AI can help improve the quality of writing by helping us with grammar analysis, word choice, and sentence and structure feedback. There are many apps that already exist that help us when we write. Using these AI tools are helpful to writers when creating new content or ideas. And the examples of apps that are already created that are doing this are Grammarly and Jasper. The data that it would need would be collected from successful um, successful structures from top performing articles across various domains. This enhances not only structure but also increases relevance. The risks and limitations of quality control and plagiarism. This can lead to issues with the quality of the content as AI may interpret the intended tone of the writer's idea. There's also the risk of plagiarism as AI tools might inadvertently replicate existing content without proper citation or attribution. And human skills that it would need emotional intelligence, creativity, adaptability, and originality. And on slide 10, I made a poem called Naked and I used Grammarly to edit it. And yeah, do I have to read it?
If you'd like, you don't have to.
You
But
could
if
be
you'd like.
part of it if you'd like, if you'd only like to be part.
Okay. You hold my hand but can't kiss me outside. Only when I'm naked. Why does it make it easy for you to love me? When I'm naked, am I just a fantasy to you? Could I even be more? If God's real, why does it hurt to leave you? Even if you're hurting me, I couldn't walk away without kissing you one last time. How could I forget you when I'm naked all alone in my bed? You cross my mind like the train tracks on the road. You're forever stuck in my head when I'm naked all alone in my bed. You led me to the darkest part of my heart. I cry for months. For the rest of the year, I pray you won't ever get to hold my naked body again. Okay. And yeah, thank you. Is there any questions?
I have a question for you. I'm actually also very interested in writing, creative writing as well. And I'm actually also an English major at ABC. My question for you is actually, who are some of your favorite writers?
Um, to be honest, I don't even really know. Like I really, yeah.
Yeah, too many writers out there, huh? But yeah, I really like this presentation. I could see how it reminds me a lot of like how you mentioned like Grammarly as well. I know that like plagiarism is a big problem that is actually happening right now, especially with AI actually being a liability to the writing field, especially when you could just give AI a prompt and then you could turn in a, copy and paste the or like what Chat GPT produces and then put it onto a paper and turn it in as an essay, right? That itself is also a form of plagiarism. So I think that actually a lot of teachers would like your AI app or your pitch, kind of to just stop those students from plagiarizing, right?
Yeah,
So yeah, great job. And
thank
then
you.
Ari.
I think it was a wonderful presentation and I really like the idea of it helping you write creatively. I know a lot of times people use AI for school, they use it for more to get things done, but I think for a creative purpose is a good reason and a good outlet for using AI. I feel like that the idea itself is just really, really nice to see it benefiting you in that way. I liked your little poem as well. Your presentation was very nice, and I think it was a great idea and a great pitch project.
Thank you.
And yeah. All right, great job, Chloe. Thank you. So next we have, let's see. Next we have Destiny. Okay.
Hi, my name is Destiny. My pitch project would be about more so cosmetology and ways cosmetologists will be helped out instead of being overbooked and busy and having clients to sit down as they work on different clients because they booked at the wrong time. Okay, you could turn to the next slide. So this is my introduction. My name is Destiny Womack. I am 18 years old. I am a young entrepreneur with dreams of opening my own shop where nail techs, hairdressers, lash technicians will have a great place to learn and build. I have worked in 2 salons that have helped me in many ways, such as offering braiding classes, helping my talents prosper in many ways. I am an inspiring cosmetologist who loves to see smiles on people's face when they feel their true beauty. You could go to the next slide. Cosmetology. Cosmetology is the study of application of beauty treatments. Branches of specialty include hairstyling, skincare, cosmetics, manicures, pedicures, non-permanent hair removal, such as waxing, sugaring, and permanent hair removal processes, such as, what cosmetology is basically a lot of branches that help women, men, a lot of people who wants to feel beautiful in different ways, such as you could be going to get your eyebrows waxed, you could go get a manicure, or these could even be things such as eyelashes, or things such as your hair. Me personally, I'm a lash tech, I'm a hairstylist, a nail tech. I do a lot of different things such as press-ons. My profession is just to make people feel beautiful in their own skin, in their own ways. And this cosmetology is a way for multiple people to feel more beautiful and book. You could go to the next slide. These are some of my hairstyle works right here. That's my page if you guys are interested or anything like that. Okay, you could go to the next one. What is your future career or interest and how will it benefit from your idea? As I said, my future career is to be a cosmetologist. Cosmetology will benefit from my idea with less overbookings for appointment times, dates that are accurate, and my idea of this app even could make it easier for clients or cosmetologists to reschedule, rebook, or maybe even cancel some clients or cancel appointments. With this, I'll basically say, I know a lot of people, if you ever been to like a nail shop or a hair salon or any type of thing that provides services for humans, but you'll be waiting because they were overbooked and nobody knew, nobody called in to check. But if it was an app for you guys where you guys could check, even book your appointments through these apps or cancel your appointments, you will know the availability of these cosmetologists. Okay, you can switch to the next slide. How is your example of AI and what data will your idea need and how will you collect it? My idea, okay, so guys, it's already an app that's close to this. It's called Godi. It helps with your clients knowing how to, it's like a link you could even send to your clients. They could book through the app. You would get the notification. They would text your client an hour before the appointment. They would text you an hour before the appointment. Sometimes maybe even a day to make sure these appointments are still booked. And if they are not, with the messages that they send to you guys could change it around. So it'll be no more, no call, no more shows. It'll be more so easier to book over clients that will cancel above time. Well, basically, my idea with this app is a virtual assistant that can book appointments for cosmetology. The data the app will need will be the prices of the services. So for me, I'll have all my services listed on this, meaning you could list your hair products, you could list your nail services, your lash services, you could list everything you want to, the prices, and it will allow your clients to book for the exact thing. And it tells even the time that it will take for this process, meaning when it is time for another client to book under or above it, they will see the time that took for the first client and they know exactly when their appointment is. Also, it needs data such as a franchise, when your franchise opens and closes. Great ways to collect this data is to sit down with other entrepreneurs to hear more ways of overbooking. Sometimes when people show up late, it's not very great to show up late to any appointments, to be exact. But if you are showing up late, the app giving you the hour before reminder, you'll have time to text your cosmetologist or the person providing these services and tell them that you will be late, so they can be able to push the appointment back with this app. They could pick a different timing with this app. They can maybe even change your booking day. It's a lot of things that the app can provide. Thank you. Okay, you can swipe to the next one. What are potential risks or limitations of your idea, and what human skills will be needed to complete your idea? Limitations of virtual AI app will be not being able to predict if clients have arrived late or if there are no code, no show. This app will need the help of humans to assist the app with changing pricing, bookings, rescheduling, or even canceling appointments. You go down again. Thanks for paying attention to my presentation. Do you guys have any questions or interests that you guys have?
Great job, Destiny.
I have a question.
Okay.
Yes,
That's
what
the
is
same
your...
Another question?
Hey, girly, do you do wigs?
Yes, I do wigs, I do locks, I do all styles. I do weaves, locks, wigs, I do it all.
Ooh, what's your hair page?
I'll scroll back up in the presentation.
So right here. And then maybe you can type it in the chat as well, Destiny. But just for time's sake, I'm just going to be reading off the chat for now. Let's see. Wandra said, love this idea. My nail tech is already training me to only text as it is. She takes no phone calls during work hours. This would be great. Sometimes she doesn't see my text and I have to wait, but it would be better if it were AI. Let's see. Karina said, can you track when the client signs in for appointments? And that's how you know there are a no call, no show. Oh wait, no, she said you can track. It wasn't a question, sorry. She said you can track when the client signs in for appointments, and that's how you know, oh, they are a no-show. Nice. And Ruby said, yes, I love this application of AI. It will definitely help facilitate communication.
Nice. That was a lovely presentation. I liked your choice of topic as well. It was very interesting, and I think you worked very hard. You can see you put a lot of writing into it, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, great job, Destiny.
Oh, I thought I was talking. My thing was on mute. Thank you. I appreciate it. But I believe if you guys have any cosmetologists such as nail techs, lash techs, I will present this app to them. It's called Goldie. It's great for every application of appointments they have to book or the prices they want to keep official. that is a great way. But thank you guys so much for listening and watching for my presentation.
Thank you.
Up next, we have one more, and it's gonna be Jonathan. Let me just make sure that we got through all of them correctly. Yes, okay. Oh, and Destiny, Miss Watson in the chat, she said, let's connect. We have a large braid shop owner that may be interested. Awesome.
Hello, can you hear me?
And then yes, now it's Jonathan's turn. Yes, we can hear you. And then just let me know when to go to the next slide.
Okay. All right. So, hi guys. My name is Jonathan. And my idea for the project was AI with hospital and medical practice. Can you go to the next slide, please? So, a little bit about me is my future career is to become a registered nurse, and my idea of use of AI in the medical practice will benefit for those who do not know the English language. Hospitals and clinics sometimes use translator speakers to assist those who do not speak English, but often are very short on translators or may have none at all. Next slide, please. So my AI idea is to use AI to translate every language into English. That way, if there aren't any translators or they're very short on them, there will be no wait or any problems for that patient to get the help they need. So with the help of an AI translators, time will be reduced greatly and things would run more efficient, as there would be no confusion of what the patient is trying to say, or it'll just save a lot of time. And especially in hospitals, since in hospitals and clinics, they often take like a long time to see a patient, and with those who don't speak English, time is more time is taken. So with the help of AI, things will be able to go more efficiently, more faster. A lot of time will be saved pretty much. Next slide, please. So more benefits. There are many that don't know the English language, and many that struggle communicating through the English language. So through the AI translator, they'll be able to say exactly what they mean to say without being limited to their inability to efficiently speak English. So there's some that could probably speak a little bit of English, but can't express what they really mean to say in the right way, or be fully able to express themselves in the right way, since it's not really their main language. So through the translator, they'll be able to say exactly what they mean to say, and be able to fully express what they want to say. Next slide, please. So data needed for the idea, would be multiple languages, like Spanish, Chinese, a lot of languages throughout the world. Data to receive here and be able to translate the language and it's spoken into the device and then translated into English. More data to store and show what the patient said. Data that could be collected from professional speakers in each language, and then around the world. That way, that data could be stored and the AI device could work. And then each could be put into an AI software where it's stored and converted into a well-designated AI translator app. Next slide, please. Potential risks and limits. Potential risk can be malfunctions with the hearing part of the AI. If it mishears the patient, it could change what the patient said or say something confusing or something different. And one limit it can have is the expressive emotion. If a patient is extremely concerned about something, their emotions when explaining it can cause doctors to take extra caution and take it more seriously. But through AI, it may have the limit to not express that emotion, the level of concern the patient could have. So, doctors could maybe like not take it as seriously, or, nurses as well. Um, so that's one, limit. It could have, the AI being able to express emotion. Next slide, please. Human skills needed. The only human skills needed is, to read and hear. That is, about it. Since AI will just translate it to English or whatever language needed, all the person has to do is just listen and read it. And, since, it would be like nurses and doctors, who would be, receiving, it would just be translated to the language of their preference. So that way all the humans need to do is just talk into it and listen. That's about it. Next slide, please. Okay, so thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Great job, Jonathan. That's cool that you want to be a registered nurse, and that's awesome how you're just bringing, these two worlds, like medical field and the AI coming together, to produce like this great idea that you had. I like how you touched on, I think it was on the potential risk and limitation slide, how the lack of emotion and even like empathy for a patient is a liability when it comes to AI. An AI language translator though, that's actually a really great idea, and I can see how that could actually be a need in the medical field, especially when it comes to um like those like impulse, I'm trying to think of the word, kind of just like emergencies, I guess, where that could be facilitated and conducted. So yeah, great job.
That was a great job, yes. And just like you said, that is true. Some languages, they have different ways of speaking to different people. So definitely there could be limitations to that, the way you speak to certain people, elders and etc. There could be different ways of wording it, and you would have to just make sure the AI is properly given the data on how to go about talking to each person. But besides that, I think it was a wonderful presentation, and I think you worded everything very well and is very thought out. Great job.
Thank you.
And Wandra in the chat said, love, love, love this. She said, you brought out the risk of misinterpretation of what was spoken, for example. What type of medication they were taking may get misinterpreted. That is right. And I think that just really shows where you are with your stance of AI. And it just shows that you are transparent in these sorts of controversies. So yeah, great job, Jonathan. Let's see. Other than that, that concludes
Thank you.
today's pitch project showcase. Well, let me go to my closing slide. So everybody, I just want to send a huge thank you for taking some time out today to watch these 9 young, amazing individuals present their pitch project. I just want to thank Cohort 11 for everybody who participated in this cohort. You guys did an amazing job. It was awesome to be working with each and every one of you. And I just hope that you guys all achieve your goals and reach endeavors that you are trying to reach. And just know that Project Joy will also be here to help you with all of that. I just want to send a huge thank you to some of our some people that we've partnered, or some organizations that we've partnered with this cohort. I just want to send a huge thank you to Aura Tanner for being a guest speaker with us on week 5, for just showing that you are an advocate for AI, and just talking about your journey, showing us young individuals that anything is possible when you open those doors to opportunities. I want to send a huge thank you to Shoni. He is an AI content creator and film producer. If you guys actually want to reach out to these people right here, their contact information is to the right on the screen. So yeah, thank you, Shoni. And I want to send a huge thank you to Jacqueline A. Diaz Fontana. as you guys may know, this cohort or this program, the Youth AI program, is actually in partnership with the Department of Mental Health. So Jacqueline came into one of our meetings and she was talking about her story and kind of how she's raising awareness on mental health in the youth. So yeah, thank you guys. I just want to let you know that that new AI program is coming up. That is in partnership with the City of Lancaster, like Miss Watson mentioned. And in the chat, I just want to read off a couple comments. Ms. Watson said, amazing job, everyone. So proud of you and your creativity. Wandra said, great job, everyone. Carla said, truly amazing work, all of you. James just said, I learned so much from each participant. Great job to each of you. And Karina said, wow, what an amazing presentation. Have a wonderful day. Gotta go. Talk to you all later. And yeah, that concludes today's meeting. Community members, you are free to go. Just Youth AI participants, if you guys can just stay for a couple minutes, just so I can, I have a couple announcements for you guys. So yeah, bye guys. Thank you for joining today.
Thank you, everyone.